Your heart is suffering more than a character in a Mexican soap opera, and you don't even see it. Discover the 10 worst habits that are knocking your heart out and how to punch it back in this sedentary life full of fast food. Hey, guys. How are you? If you are considered a master of procrastination, this video is for you. Today we are going to reveal the 10 commandments of heart destruction, those habits that we love, but that our heart hates. But before you enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our health tips, activate the bell so you don't miss the notifications, and share this video because when it comes to health, more people need to know. If you have more knowledge about how to keep your heart healthy to share with us, write in the comments. Let the games begin. Sedentarism, laziness in person. Who has never spent the whole day binge-watching series and rolling around on the couch? Are you laughing? Can you relate? But be careful, laziness is a villain disguised as comfort and can take you straight to the hospital. Solution? Get up from that chair and go for a walk around the block, do some stretching or even dance like crazy in the living room. I'm going to start telling you about the king of the party diet, burgers, pizza, soda. Who can resist these delights? But be careful, this king of the party diet can lead to a real heart attack. Solution: swap the pizza for a salad, the soda for sparkling water, and the burger for grilled chicken. It's delicious and your heart will thank you. And you can make several delicious recipes with these foods. But there's also stress, the invisible monster: work, family, bills. I know there are people or situations that take away our peace. Modern life is full of stress. But stress is a silent killer that can cause irreversible damage to the heart. Calm down, you're not supposed to become a Tibetan monk. But there are ways to reduce this daily stress with meditation, yoga, or simply taking a deep breath and counting to 10. Another enemy of the heart is irregular sleep, the body's disorder. Sleeping too little or too much can harm the heart. An irregular sleep pattern can have a significant impact on heart health. Studies show that a lack of consistency in sleep hours can increase the risk of cardiovascular problems, such as high blood pressure, intense, and even heart disease. The explanation lies in the effect that this irregularity has on our circadian rhythm, the body's biological clock, which controls many processes, including heart rate and blood pressure. When the circadian rhythm is disrupted, the body becomes more susceptible to developing conditions that directly affect the heart. This is because fluctuations cannot deregulate the production of hormones such as cortisol, the stress hormone, and melatonin, which regulate sleep. These hormonal disorders increase the risk of chronic inflammation, which is an important factor in the development of heart disease. Furthermore, those who sleep at irregular times tend to suffer from a worsening of the quality of their sleep, which leads to fatigue, reduced ability to concentrate, and increased irritability. Over time, this irregular routine increases the risk of hypertension, high cholesterol, and weight gain. Maintaining a consistent sleep routine is essential for heart health. Experts recommend sleeping between 7 and 8 hours a night and, whenever possible, going to bed and waking up at the same time. Another slow poison that will drain your heart's battery is cigarettes. The heart, that tireless muscle that beats day and night, withstanding our emotions, our excesses, our passions. But there is one thing it simply cannot stand: cigarettes. Yes, while we think it is just a puff here and there, our heart is there, dizzy and almost fainting from all the smoke. You see, the heart is horrified by these toxic substances. It sees the smoke coming and thinks, "Oh, no. Here comes more work for me." After all, a cigarette is not just a small cloud of smoke, it is a whirlwind of toxins and chemicals that attack the arteries, increase blood pressure, and make the poor heart beat faster than Metallica's drums, but not out of emotion, it's out of panic. When you light a cigarette, your heart can already feel the stress coming. Here comes the poison. It's as if it were on a treadmill at the gym, running non-stop, without stopping for water or to breathe. And all that smoke starts to clog your arteries, as if it were a traffic jam on the marginal during rush hour. At first, your heart tries to find a way, but after so many traffic jams it no longer knows whether to shift into first or reverse. Please, don't let your car engine stall. Everyone knows that smoking is bad, but many people continue with this habit. But what can you do? If you smoke, seek medical and psychological help to quit. Some people who, when they feel like smoking, suck on ice, brush their teeth, eat fruit, drink green tea. With willpower, the person gradually quits smoking. There's another conversation that the heart hates. Excessive alcohol, the party that ends badly. Imagine that your heart is the guest at an exclusive party. He is a sensible organizer, he likes a quiet environment and to receive guests in moderation. Something like friends, family, and, who knows, maybe a glass of wine or beer every now and then. But, if we overdo it with alcohol, it starts to get more trouble than in a Deadpool movie. As soon as the alcohol is too much, he behaves like that guest who comes in dragging chairs, spilling drinks on the carpet and shouting, Let's refill the glass every 5 minutes. He doesn't respect limits, he makes a point of spreading himself thin and ends up calling for reinforcements, increased blood pressure, accelerated heartbeat, and that famous hangover that, for some reason, seems to have come along for the ride. It feels like your head just came out of the washing machine. With the heart, things are serious. Each extra drink can make the poor guy more vulnerable and less efficient. Alcohol in large quantities ends up wearing down the walls of the blood vessels, overloading the pumping and, over time, can trigger everything from high blood pressure to serious heart problems. It's as if the heart, before being a truly respectable guest, now has to manage a guest whose owner wants to leave as soon as possible. But the story doesn't have to end like that. A dose of self-control, a little water and a strategic exit can keep the party light, balanced and healthy. After all, in the world of parties, even the heart knows that sometimes humans need to distract themselves, relax and socialize. A beer after work is fine, but too much alcohol can cause serious heart problems. Not to mention hypertension, the time bomb. Imagine that your heart is the protagonist of an action movie, one of those intense ones, like Mission Impossible. Only, instead of Tom Cruise, we have a heart that is a little out of shape, a little tired, that hasn't been to the gym since the days of the 8 p.m. soap opera. And its mission? To deactivate a time bomb called hypertension that sometimes gives you more scares than an alien horror movie. Let's be honest, high blood pressure is like that crazy friend who decides to visit just when you're trying to relax. At first, he arrives quietly, without making much noise. You don't even notice, after all, who cares about a slight increase in blood pressure? But, as time goes by, this friend starts to exaggerate, bother you and, suddenly, your blood pressure is way up, like you ran the New York Marathon. With the heart under pressure, it starts to work twice as hard. It's as if you were on a treadmill that never stops, running and running, while you're on the couch watching a series. At first, he can handle it, but over time, all that effort starts to take its toll. The arteries, poor things, will start to tighten, the vessels will start to complain, and the heart will gradually get tired of the life of suffering and leave you in a worse state. High blood pressure is a silent problem that can lead to a heart attack. When we talk about heart attacks, we can't help but think of high cholesterol, another invisible enemy. Have you ever heard of high cholesterol? Well, it's that silent villain, the secret spy that no one calls, but who loves to party in your cardiovascular system. Believe me, it arrives quietly, without fanfare, without honking, and when you realize it, boom. It's infiltrated your arteries, spreading chaos and leaving your heart with more drama than Saving Private Ryan. Imagine high cholesterol as that father who loves to eat at the end of the year parties. He arrives quietly, seems harmless, but he's there, at the buffet line, filling his plate with fried foods, desserts, and everything that can make your arteries a little fatter. It's no wonder he's called the invisible enemy. He'll give your heart a hard time without anyone noticing. But don't worry, all is not lost. With small changes in your routine, you can do good detective work and avoid this evil spy. Swap that greasy burger for a salad, only once in a while, I promise. Swap the couch for the walking trail. High cholesterol hates active people and a balanced diet. After all, who doesn't want to be the hero of their own heart? Now it's even romantic. High cholesterol is one of the main risk factors for heart disease. Our heart needs to be so well taken care of that we can't forget diabetes. Diabetes, the sweet villain of the century and the out-of-tune heart. Diabetes is like that friend you didn't even remember inviting to your concert, but who arrives full of energy and starts dancing out of sync with your cardiovascular system. Suddenly, the sugar that should have been in the candy in the dressing room decides to jump into your bloodstream, and that's when things get complicated. Imagine your heart as a DJ. It's there, rocking out, playing a regular beat for everyone to dance to. But the sugar starts to invade the dance floor without invitation, and out of nowhere, the beat slows down, the speakers threaten to fail, and the rhythm gets out of control. Excess sugar in the blood causes damage to the blood vessels and arteries, which become tighter than jeans after Sunday lunch. And do you know what's worse? This excess sugar becomes a real matchmaker, but not the one that brings couples together. It brings cholesterol and the heart together in a risky relationship. Over time, the walls of the vessels become resistant, the blood flow loses its balance, and the poor heart, which already works so hard, becomes overloaded. It's like he's running a marathon after a bus that never stops. So, prevention isn't just advice from a grumpy doctor. It's about preventing sugar from becoming that inconvenient guest at the party, ruining the rhythm and wearing out your heart. Go easy on the sweets and fried foods, practice that strategic walk in a sedentary lifestyle, and, above all, take care of the DJ. After all, the show has to last a long time. Diabetes increases the risk of heart disease. What can you do? Control diabetes with a balanced diet, physical activity and medication. If necessary, consult your trusted doctor. So, did you like the tips? Remember, taking care of your heart is investing in your quality of life. Start making small changes to your habits today and see how your health will improve. And you, which of these habits do you need to change? Like and subscribe to the channel to receive more health tips. Share this video with those who need it most, and let's go together on this journey to a healthier heart. Health is success.